Welcome to Module 6 of Managerial Accounting. This module readings can be found in chapters 15 and 16. And the following is a list of our 5 module topics. We'll introduce cash flows, which is chapter 15, followed by financial statement analysis, which is found in chapter 16. I'll review your homework. You also have a discussion, that's what we'll cover in this brief lecture, along with a project that is due in Module 6. A company's income statement and balance sheet provide valuable information, but they don't always answer the critical question: where is the cash coming from and where is it going? That's the role of the statement of cash flows. It shows how operating, investing, and financial activities impact a company's cash position. In this module, we'll learn how to explain the purpose of a statement of cash flows and why it's essential for managers and external stakeholders. You'll learn to distinguish among 3 categories of cash flows: the operating, investing, and financing flows. You'll learn to prepare a statement of cash flows using direct and indirect methods. You'll learn to interpret what cash flow patterns reveal and how a company's financial health position, growth prospects, and its risk profile. The statement of cash flows ties together the company's financial story. It reveals whether profits are translating into cash, whether investments are being funded wisely, and whether financing decisions are sustainable. Managers, creditors, investors all rely on it to assess performance and make informed financial decisions. The financial statement analysis. Numbers alone don't tell the whole story. What matters is understanding what they mean. Financial statement analysis is the process of examining a company's financial statements to evaluate its performance, or its financial wealth, or even its future prospects. This part of our module equips you with the tools to interpret the balance sheet, the income statement, and the cash flow statement in a meaningful way. You'll learn to use ratio analysis to assess liquidity, solvency, profitability, and efficiency. You'll perform trend analysis and common size analysis to compare performance over time or against industry benchmarks. You'll learn to evaluate financial implications of operational investment in financial decisions. You'll learn to interpret the results to support meaningful decision making, strategic planning, and stakeholder communication. Financial statement analysis transforms raw accounting data into actionable insights. By the end of this module, you should be able to identify strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities in a company's financial performance and communicate your findings clearly to managers, investors, and stakeholders. Topic 3. What is your homework? You begin with your readings and your SmartBook assignments as you have done in the previous modules. This is for chapters 15 and 16. You'll then move on to your homework problems, and then you'll have your opportunity to apply your knowledge in the concepts and practices. But there are no more Annie's ice cream exercises. You've completed that portion of the course. Our 4th topic is our discussion. In our discussion in this module, we're going to introduce corporate social responsibility, or CSR, in its analysis. So this week's discussion focuses on you evaluating your selected company's ethical and social responsibility practices. You will analyze current CSR initiatives, identify strengths and gaps, and propose 2 or 3 strategic recommendations to enhance ethical performance and social impact. Your post should connect CSR improvement to long-term business goals and consider ESG factors where applicable. You'll also engage with peers in assessing effectiveness and feasibility of their recommendations and explore the broadening impact of stakeholders, brand reputation, and long-term value. Please see Canvas for detailed instructions. And finally, your project. In this final project, you'll integrate key managerial, accounting, and strategic concepts to analyze your real company of your choice. You will conduct a cost, value, and profit analysis using current financial statement in understanding how changes in cost and sales affect profitability. Recall your previous discussion. You're going to propose and evaluate a capital budgeting project, applying decision-making models to assess return potential, risk, and alignment with your strategic goals. Again, you did part of that in a previous discussion post. Assess the company's ethical and social responsibility practices, which you're doing in this week's discussion post, and provide strategic recommendations to enhance CSR, sustainability, and stakeholder value. This project emphasizes applying analytical tools, interpreting financial data, and making a strategic and ethical recommendations that support long-term organizational performance. There are details in Canvas, but let me break this down real quick in a high-level overview. Again, in part one, you're going to conduct a CVP analysis. In this first component, you're going to apply this analysis to evaluate the changes in cost, price, and sales volume that impact profitability on your chosen company. Your deliverable includes a short written report and an Excel spreadsheet with calculations. Key elements should include calculating a sales price, variable cost, fixed costs, contribution margin, break-even point, and your target profit levels. Optional sensitivity analysis to explore how the price volume changes is encouraged, but not required. Discussing demand elasticity and its impact on pricing strategy may be helpful. Providing recommendations on whether the company should proceed with the project launch, considering risks and its opportunities. And then finally, the assignment builds analytical skills to support managerial decisions in making strategic planning. Part one. So in part two, you're going to do your capital budgeting analysis. In this component, you learn to evaluate this proposed long-term investment for your company using the techniques we learned in capital budgeting. Your deliverables include another written report and an Excel spreadsheet with your full calculations. Performing capital budgeting calculations such as NPV, net present value, internal rate of return, payback period, and profitability index. Interpreting results to determine financial viability and alignment with common goals and risk tolerances is part of this exercise. You should consider strategic, operational, and qualitative factors, including ESG implications. You'll provide financial or final recommendations on whether to proceed in the investment and suggesting a follow-up analysis or control to monitor project implementations. This assignment develops your ability to make data-driven strategic investment decisions while integrating financial, operational, and ethical considerations. And finally, the third part. In this component, you'll evaluate the current CSR social responsible and ethical practices of your firm. Your areas should focus on environmental sustainability, maybe social equity, fair wages or employee welfare, and economic viability. You also research any past ethical or regulatory issues such as SEC violations and recommend strategies for addressing stakeholder concerns. You use evidence-based reasoning and cite your resources in APA format. This assignment emphasizes integral ethical, social, and financial considerations to enhance long-term organizational performance. At this point here, you'll finalize all those three phases into one written project. Your report should include the CVP analysis with a short written report, 2 pages or 3 including tables and graphs, and an accompanying Excel sheet. Your next section of capital budgeting, again, should be 2 to 3 written pages and supported with Excel spreadsheet with full capital budgeting calculations. And finally, a 2-page written report on social responsibility and ethical recommendations. All this should be done in APA format. If you have any questions, please review Canvas for details, and please do not hesitate to reach out to your instructor. Good luck.